We've got you covered. CCFm is everywhere.
We say good morning, Mr. Nico Kleynhans.
Good morning to you and good morning to the listeners.
So the repo rate has recently been hiked and we are now at 8.25%. But homeowners a bit nervous about this whole situation.
Yes. I'm going to give you a couple of stats this morning. And the purpose of this is so that when you get to the office and you're standing next to the coffee machine, you can show them how much financial knowledge you have accumulated.
Well
so
done.
That is the purpose. It's to help you show off.
Yes.
This morning. That's the only purpose of this particular meeting. Now, there is a group of people called the Monetary Policy Committee, and they meet 6 times a year. There are 7 members of this committee, and if you can get them to be your coffee buddies, it would help because they have a lot of power when they meet and the decisions that they have to make. And one of the things they have to talk about is what the repo rate will be going forward. And it's a lot of power that they have. Now, the repo rate is the rate that the Reserve Bank charges private banks when they need to borrow money. So when it gets to the end of a business day, every private bank has to balance their books. So let's say it's this evening and First National Bank decides that they're going to be 20 million rand short tonight. So they've then got to run along to the Reserve Bank and say, just for tonight, we need 20 million rand. Just to cover our books, we've got to balance our books. And the Reserve Bank says, sure, you can lend the money and you're going to have to pay the repo rate. Now, today, if that happens today, the repo rate is 8.25%. Now, we're going to show you that on the screen, 8.25. So remember that when you want to show off how much knowledge you have accumulated. So that is what the private bank will pay for tonight when they get money from the Reserve Bank. Now, tomorrow, you go to First National Bank and you say to First National Bank, I need an overdraft. So now what the First National Bank does, it charges you what is called prime rate if it likes you. And the prime rate is usually around 3% more. So at this point, if you go to them and you say, can I get an overdraft? They're going to charge you 11.75. So now we're going to put that up on the screen. So FNB will then charge you 11.75% if they like you. If they don't like you, you're going to pay as much as 20%. So if you're a favored customer, then it's 11.75. So when clients come to me and I say, I want to see what the bank charges you, what I'm trying to work out is how the bank looks at you, how they see you. Are they trusting you? Because if they don't, then what we've got to do is look at your credit score and get that in line so that your debt becomes cheaper. That's why we look at that particular figure. So let's assume the bank likes you and you are now paying the prime rate, which is 11.75, or maybe you're even lucky and they charge you prime less, 0.25%, which they can do if they really want your business. So why then do we fiddle with the interest rate? Why then do they fiddle with the repo rate? What the Reserve Bank governor is trying to do is he's trying to control inflation. That's all he's trying to do. Now, every time the interest rate goes up, we get nervous and we reduce our debt. That's the link. If the interest rate goes up, we reduce our debt. And if we reduce our debt, there's less money that circulates in the economy. And if there's less money circulating in the economy, then inflation goes down. And that is the link. Inflation is affected by the interest rates. And if the interest rate goes down, inflation goes down. And if inflation goes down, the economy strengthens again. That is why they fiddle with these things 6 times a year. So when people moan and say, wow, why are they doing this? That is why they're doing this. So what do you now do if you have a home loan? Well, for a start, the interest rates are not going to affect the value of your home. Your home is still going to increase with value. It's still going to increase with time because there's a shortage of land, and that drives up the value of your property. So while you may be paying more per month on your home loan, it doesn't mean your value of your property is going down. Your home still increases. Do I think that the repo rate is going to keep going up? Yes, I would expect the repo rate to stabilize at around 9%. So there's going to be another 1 or 2 increases. And at that point, inflation will come under control because we can already see it slowing down. And as it is slowing down, the need to keep increasing the repo rate will disappear, and we will then get some breathing space. What has been the worst interest rate for home loans? A couple of years ago, it was sitting at 25%.
Oh.
We are nowhere near where it was at that stage. We are nowhere near the kind of trouble we were then. So next time people moan about the home loan rate, share why the repo rate's going up, talk a bit about inflation, and let's see how clever they think you really are. Have a good day.
Thank you, Nico.